A rural Nigerian village during early harmattan, reddish dust blowing heavily across mud houses with thatched roofs, pale white sky, dry trees coated in red powder, empty sandy paths, distant brown hills in the background, dramatic windy atmosphere, cinematic lighting, high detail, realistic African setting, dusty air particles visible, wide landscape shots, emotional and tense mood.
A slim 10-year-old Nigerian boy standing outside a mud hut, watching reddish dust swirl through the air, other children playing happily in the background drawing in the dust, the boy looking serious and worried, covering his nose slightly, distant brown hills visible far behind him, warm dusty lighting. Realistic village setting, emotional contrast between playful children and concerned boy, cinematic focus on the child's face. Elderly Nigerian grandmother sitting on a low wooden stool outside a mud house, sorting dried red peppers in a tray, wearing traditional wrapper and head tie, a young boy standing near her asking a serious question, harmattan dust floating in the air around them, soft evening light, calm but slightly tense atmosphere, detailed African village environment, emotional facial expressions. African village at evening, families gathered around small cooking fires, thick reddish dust filling the air, mothers covering babies, goats bleating, dogs howling in the background, dust entering through cracks in mud walls, orange firelight mixing with dusty air, dramatic and emotional scene, cinematic wide shot. Realistic African rural life. Interior of a simple Nigerian mud house at night, dim lantern light, a young boy lying awake on a woven mat, looking worried, his little sister beside him coughing, dust particles visible in air through thatched roof gaps, shadowy interior, emotional and tense atmosphere, realistic African home setting, soft dramatic lighting. Flashback scene of foreign miners working on brown African hills, large digging machines, men in helmets using chemicals near a mining pit, dramatic dusty environment, shiny minerals in the soil, abandoned deep holes in the ground, slightly faded or sepia tone to show memory effect, cinematic and historical mood.
Young Nigerian boy standing beside a village well made of cement and rope bucket, tasting water from his palm with a confused expression, African woman in wrapper laughing nearby, dusty harmattan air, simple rural village background, emotional focus on the boy's worried face, bright dry daylight, realistic setting. Close view of cassava plants with curled, drying leaves covered in red dust, chicken sitting quietly instead of laying eggs, thin red dust coating everything, dry farmland in background, hazy sky, calm but unsettling mood, high detail, realistic African agricultural setting, environmental distress visible. Young Nigerian boy walking alone on a dusty path toward distant abandoned mining hills, thicker red dust on the ground, small reddish piles gathered, the boy bending down to touch the dust, wind blowing strongly into his face, eyes watering, dramatic cinematic lighting, tense atmosphere, realistic African landscape. African villagers coughing and holding their chests inside a dusty village square at night, worried faces, mothers comforting sick children, dusty harmattan wind blowing around huts, dim lantern lights glowing, emotional and tense mood, cinematic realistic rural Nigerian setting. Inside a dim mud house at night, elderly grandmother listening carefully to a serious young boy whispering to her, soft lantern light illuminating their faces, emotional tension, grandmother's thoughtful expression, simple woven mats and clay walls visible, intimate and dramatic atmosphere.
Wide cinematic shot of a rural Nigerian village at night as strong reddish harmattan wind rises again, dust clouds swirling over rooftops, distant hills dark against pale sky, a young boy standing outside looking fearful but determined, dramatic lighting, emotional tension, high detail, realistic African setting, suspenseful mood.